Yo, what's up, guys? Alright, so we are going to be unboxing a new expansion of Pandemic that I just got in the mail. I ordered off of eBay. And let's see what's inside. So, right now I'm just cutting open the box. And one thing you should know is this was a package that had the original Pandemic game and the In the Lab expansion. So I actually already own the Pandemic game and the On the Brink expansion, but this was the cheapest one I could find of In the Lab, and it came with the base game, which is on the top. Let's remove some of this bubble wrap, and In the Lab. So let's see, we can remove that. It's pretty nice. They did a good job packaging it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the base, with this new version of the base game. Wow, this is slick. Like, this is really nice. Like, they must not have played this very much. But yeah, I'll definitely save that. I might give it to, I don't know, a friend or sibling or something. What I'm noticing is this feels very light. So, like, I don't know if they put everything in the base game or if the new components are just super light, or if I just got scammed or what happened. But there is nothing in this. But let's see what's inside. Yeah, okay, there's absolutely nothing, except these two blank discs, so it's kind of weird. I guess they just consolidated everything into the base game box, which makes sense. So let's see what's inside here. So we have the In the Lab rulebook. That's pretty awesome. We have the base rulebook. Have the game board. We have the lab board. So this is for the In the Lab challenge, which is the main component. Oh, it folds up or folds out. It's the main component of this Pandemic expansion. So basically, when you cure disease, it normally takes 5 cards. Here, it'll still take 5 cards in total, but you'll spend 2 of them to, like, I forget what it's called, research and sequence it or something. But it basically just makes curing diseases a bit more complicated. But yeah, it's kind of it. So it takes around like 5 more actions to cure disease. Makes it a tiny bit easier in some ways. But all right, so this is what the inside looks like. This is pretty cool. So let's see. Set that aside. These are the infection cards. They will be, yeah, they're just the infection cards. I don't think any of these are different or have like the new In the Lab cards in them. But let's see what's in here. This bag looks like it has the sequence cards from the In the Lab, and I guess it also has the player cards. So the top bunch of cards are sequence cards. Boom, fun. Okay, so these are used on the lab board in the lab challenge. And then we have Mutation Worldwide Panic, these 2 cards. Modify On the Brink challenge, where basically there's a 5th purple disease and you have to cure it along with the other ones, or it's kind of complicated. Well, it's not that complicated, but basically there's a 5th disease that's extra nasty, but this one makes it really nasty. So, or I don't know if nasty is the right word, but it just makes the game more difficult. We have the 2 epidemic virulent strain. Again, these modify a On the Brink challenge, where one disease is particularly worse, and then these just are 2 new cards that could possibly show up. And we have all the epidemics. There should be like, I guess there's only 6 of them. And these are for the team card, their bonus card, the team game bonus cards. I don't really know how they work. I don't really care that much because I don't plan on playing the team game, but I might eventually. I don't know. We'll see. These are goal cards for the team game. So they look like that. So I should have been doing this, but yeah. Okay, here's what I'm excited about. These are the new role. Oh, okay. Well, they have actually all the roles, but let's see. So we have where? Okay. So we have 4 new roles in this expansion. We have the local liaison, who can, once during your turn as an action, you may give a city card that matches the color of the city you're in to a player in any city of the same color. So if you're in blue and one of your teammates is in blue, you can give them a blue card on your turn. And you don't have to be in the same city, just the same color. So that's okay. Doesn't seem that great, honestly. Virologist. When you discover a cure, you may discard 2 city cards of the same color to replace 1 city card of the cure color. So if you're curing red, for example, instead of turning in 5 reds, you can turn 4 reds and 2 yellows, or like 3 reds and 2 yellows and 2 blues, and that would work. Also, as an action, you can discard a city card to remove 1 cube of its color from any city, returning it to the supply. So you could discard the black Chennai card to remove any black cube from the board, for example. Yeah, this one doesn't seem that good, honestly. Sort of like a worse scientist in a sense. This one should be interesting. I don't know how to play out. This is the only, as far as I can tell, the only role card that actually has an inherent disadvantage. And so we'll see how that ends up working out. But, so, this is the pilot. You cannot do movement actions, drive/ferry, or flights, nor build research stations. You may, as an action, however, fly to any city within 3 connections of the city you're in, skipping cities in between. You may, with permission, take 1 other pawn with you. So instead of moving normally, you can move up to 3 spaces as 1 action, and you can take someone else with you. So, but you also can't build research stations, and you can't do like shuttle flights or discard cards. So I don't know. I feel like the pilot would mostly be useful since he doesn't have to spend cards to build research stations or fly places. He would be useful for sharing knowledge and curing diseases. That's what I feel like he'd be good at. And I guess treating disease as well. Yeah, so those are the new roles. Wait, actually, no, there's one more. The field director. This one looks really good in my opinion. You may treat disease in a city connected to the city you are in. Once per turn, you may, with permission, move another player's pawn in your city or a city connected to it by drive/ferry. Doing this is a free bonus action. So he basically gets a free bonus action to move someone else, like the dispatcher. And again, that's a free action. That's not even an action. And he may treat disease in cities connected to the cities he's in. So, in my opinion, he seems almost like a better generalist most of the time because he basically has like 5 actions, but he can also treat diseases in cities he's connected in. So it sounds like he can just save a bunch of actions really easily. So, I mean, that just sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so those are all the new roles. There's also some modified roles like the researcher and epidemiologist, which have special lab challenge actions because they're worse when you're playing the lab challenge since you don't need to share knowledge as much. Alright, so up next we have these cool cure biomarker thingies. I don't know. These look pretty clunky. I guess these for... Wait, so now I'm curious. So I guess the lid comes off. Oh, never mind. You're not supposed to take it off. Okay. For a second, I thought there might have been a liquid in there, but okay, never mind. That makes no sense. So on the other side, it says eradicate. So I'm guessing these are just to replace the cure markers. But you can also put them on the lab board. So I don't know. They're just a cool... Kind of like how instead of just bags for placing disease cubes, On the Brink has the, what's it called, the petri dishes. So that's nice. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. This black one does not want to stay on. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Have these award markers for the team game. Again, I don't really know how they work, nor do I really care that much. But if you want to play a team game, I think it's like either 4 or 6 players. I don't really know. Yeah, but that's cool. In the player cards, there should be the new events as well. Because I haven't found the events yet, so let me try to find those real quick. Because they should be in here. Yeah, here's one. Here's one. And so the 3 new events. Here. All right, let's see. So let me put these back. There are 3 new events in the lab as well, which honestly is not as many as I wish there were, but that's okay. You have Infection Zone Ban. You play this card and ignore all chain reaction outbreaks. So again, that's like when there's a second outbreak in the same infection card until the player's next turn begins. So for 1 whole orbit, you can ignore chain reaction outbreaks. Not the singular outbreaks, just multiples. So that could be useful, but situational. Improved Sanitation. You play this card to treat disease, removes 1 more cube of the same color if present until the player's next turn begins. So again, it's for a whole orbit, but you get to remove like 2 cubes every time you treat disease. So that could also be useful. I mean, any event card is kind of situational. But yeah. Sequencing Breakthrough. This one looks pretty good in my opinion. I guess if you're playing the lab challenge, it's not really as good, but discard 1 fewer city card than needed to do the next Discover a Cure. So you put this card, to play this event, you put it next to the discard pile, and then the next Discover a Cure, you get to do 1 less card. So if you're curing black, for example, you'd only cure 4, or like discard 4. Or if you're the scientist, you'd only discard 3. Stuff like that. Yeah, so those are the new events. There's 3 new events, 4 new roles, some on the brink stuff, team game. There's also the solo game, so this is the CDC card. Basically, in the solo game, from what I found, obviously, you're the only person playing, but the CDC can do 1 action after your 4 actions are done. So, after infections, each turn may do 1 action. Move player, so like one of these. You may move the player, you may reassign the role, so if you're at a research station, you can swap roles, like pick a different role, and then your current role is discarded and you can't use it again. You can exchange data, which... Oh, the CDC like has a hand, I'm pretty sure, and then if you exchange data, I think you can trade or something. You can draw a card for the CDC, I think, and then you can discover a cure using the CDC cards. So like they have a hand of 7. I honestly forget. I'd have to read the rulebook, but I'll put a link to the online rulebook in the description of this video as well. So if you want to check that out, you can. Yeah. So that's pretty much. In the lab, in a nutshell. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else. There would be some team research stations in here as well. And, oh yeah, this is what they look like. I don't really know how they work for the team game. That's cool. And, yeah, so overall, it's an okay expansion. Here's what I'd say. If you have Pandemic, like the base game, and you want to buy an expansion, buy On the Brink first. Because I was looking at all 3 expansions. There's On the Brink, there's In the Lab, and State of Emergency. So On the Brink has the best bang for your buck by far. Like, it's not even close. But if you want to go on from there, you could either buy In the Lab, which is this one, or State of Emergency. They both have their advantages. You can read the rulebooks online and see what you think would like. Or you can just buy all of them, I guess. Or none of them. You don't have to. But I would definitely recommend, if you like Pandemic, I definitely recommend buying On the Brink. I'm obviously not sponsored by anything, but it has like double the events, or yeah, well actually more than double the events and double the roles. So there's just tons of customization plus different game modes. You can add a 5th player. You just do a ton of different stuff. So I think it's definitely worth it personally. It is expensive, but board games in general are expensive these days. So anyways, that's my unboxing and review of In the Lab Pandemic. Thanks for watching. Yeah, see you again. Peace.